Lawrence, Massachusetts is an old mill town. But the mills were shut down 50 years ago.
The population that lives in Lawrence, almost 86% are living below the poverty level. And of the children living in Lawrence, 90% are below the poverty level.
At 7 in the morning, teacher Angeline Garcia is already working to improve children's chances. This is the new Esperanza Academy for girls.
So we make breakfast for 60, 1 girl, and 10 staff. If the girls doesn't have a good breakfast, then we don't have a good performance in the classroom. So it's very important. And the girls always come to the kitchen. Mrs. Garcia, what's for breakfast today?
Esperanza was started by the Anglican or Episcopal Church because of an educational crisis in Lawrence, particularly among girls.
In Lawrence, the statistics are horrible. Only 41% of the students in the city graduate high school. It's more likely that for young women, they would have a baby before they would graduate.
That's green.
We're a tuition-free, independent day school in the Episcopal tradition. What's different about Esperanza is we have an 11-hour school day. Our girls are here at 7:30 in the morning and they're here until 6:30. Our girls, we know them. We're a small building. They can't get away from us, and that's a good thing.
I got good grades.
Hey!
Any girl from a low-income family in Lawrence can win a place here through a lottery. But low income isn't the only criterion.
When the girls sign on for the lottery, the parents have to commit to spending 2 hours a week in service at the school. It's not negotiable as to whether the parents are part of this program or not.
I'm here really early to do my 2-hour shift. I work in a hotel from 5 a.m. to 1. I do kitchen, so I'm used to be up so early. Take an apple too. Don't forget your food. I enjoy to come here to see my daughter and then the rest of the girls. I like it.
The parents want their kids to be successful. A number of things get in their way. One of them is they're a nickel and dime population. They're working 2 and 3 jobs for minimum wage, which turns into about $16,000 a year. So they struggle to support the kids.
I'm going swimming, but I don't want to talk about it right now. So what you're trying to say is that you don't have your bathing suit on.
My oldest daughter, she loves to come to school. Before, I used to have to drag her to go to school when it was public. Now they drag me to be at the school at 7 a.m., but they start at 7:30, but they have to be here at 7 a.m.
My favorite thing is when we go swimming, and I'm gonna get to go horseback riding tomorrow, and how we learn, and at the same time it's fun. I love that.
We have a lot of choices. We can play violin and piano and horseback riding. I like violin because it's challenging, but at the same time you can hear a lot of beautiful music.
Multiply that by 2, what would you get?
Esperanza is a sister school to a boys' academy, also tuition-free, set up by the church a few years earlier.
Both of those schools really come from a desire to provide some other educational opportunities for students in a community where maybe 4% of the students go on to college. In this school, the expectation is that every student's going to go on to college. I think it's grounded in their belief that in any community, you have students that all can succeed, but something about our educational system is broken so that students who can succeed aren't given those opportunities.
If I were in charge of the world, there would not be any racism, and there would not be the poor anymore. The needy would have a home for their family. All the robbers and gangsters and all those cool people would go to school and be the proper people that have been expected in the world.
We believe that once they come through our door, our job is to believe them and help them become successful and to embrace them in that way.
If I were in charge of the world, kids would be mayors and presidents. They would be in charge of the households. Kids would be able to vote. If I were in charge of the world, there wouldn't be fights or murder reports on the news every day.
We tell the girls they're capable of anything, and then we stand next to them all day long and tell them that.
Esperanza is a small school with maximum 60 girls of all abilities.
El patio de mi abuela lo separa una balda de
Perfecto.
In Spanish, the name means hope.
In the public schools, there was a lot of students, and when you call the teacher, you didn't really get that much attention. But in this school, we only have 10 or 11 students per class, and one teacher could handle 10 or 11 students instead of 20 or 30 per class. El arroz con la carne.
Oh, muy bien.
I'm hungry. I think I changed. Before, I used to be more of laughing a lot, and now I think I changed. Now I think I know how to calm myself down. So now when I'm working, I get more focused. Before in my old school, I used to get a lot of B's. Now, when I looked at my progress report, I got a lot of A's.
Now that I came to this school, I want to be a doctor because here they tell me that I'm going to get to go to a great high school and college.
La tiza. ¿Qué es una tiza?
¿Qué es? Without boys, we concentrate more and we don't have to worry about boys bothering us and calling us names because when I was in 4th grade, there was a lot of boys that used to bother me and it wasn't fun. Femenina y masculino.
Is the room temperature connected in any way to the type of person that Scrooge is? Drenny.
He's mean, and then cold is related to being mean because when you're cold, you act all.
By just having girls here, there's one less thing they're paying attention to, which is fabulous, because that means there's other things they are paying more attention to, like learning and responsible citizenship.
It's about a friendly learning environment. Let's learn and have fun at the same time. And the girls feel welcome. And they feel like they home. And they ask you questions, they ask you for things. And when they cry, they sometimes call you mom. Right, Mrs. Xavier? Yeah. Oh my God, Mrs. Garcia, I call you mom.
Well, it's time to go home. We need to okay, time to go home. Come on, they don't want to leave.
They had the opportunity for somebody to listen to them.
Miss, do that.
Mom had to wake up early, go to work, because maybe mom is a single mother with 3 kids. There's nobody home, they can listen to me. They feel here safe. It's a safe house, it's a safe school.
It's not that the public schools are failing. It's them getting out at 2:30. What is there for them to do?
There's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of pregnancy, a lot of gangs, a lot of criminal activities around.
What happened to Amy Winehouse?
She's in rehab, probably.
The girls are saying, I want to be educated. That's the only way out. Let me break the cycle. I want to go to college. I want to get a life, and maybe I can be the first one to buy a house for my mom.
I'm late, Ryan. We need to go down to chapel.
From the very get-go, we have to make this a project that's sustainable way beyond any one of us.
Justice for all.
It can't just be something new and cool. It has to be sustainable.
Mother Teresa was all about
Love.
She was love in action. She didn't
We're
just
building the
talk about
systems so that they can become well-oiled machines, so that we're not having to create. We have to make sure that what we're starting we can sustain. We have a program that believes in our girls in every single facet. I tell them all the time, there's anything they can't do with hard work.
He always will give you the tools.
Successful females have 3 things: confidence, competence, and connectedness. Now, that's difficult for our girls because they're coming from a community that is just full of really intense poverty. Our commitment isn't just 4 years here inside the building. Our commitment is all the way through college. We will find the appropriate match for each of the girls. We'll know them well enough to find the right place to send her to high school and then on to college from there. So it's a long-term commitment. I expect that this population, this generation of girls will help send the next generation through.
Esperanza runs on a modest budget, $2 million a year, which the school has to raise. It has virtually no support staff and depends on the help of the family volunteers. Esperanza opened in September 2006. For these teachers, being involved in a new school was a challenge.
Us three were here last year, the first year of school, so. We got used. Hey, we survived. That was a tough year.
I think that's what kicked me, John. Gonna have so many white hair.
But we're still inventing things as we go. So.
And changing everything.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually it'll be a well-oiled machine, but it's not there yet. You don't have the normal administration processes and all that stuff. You're always on, no matter what. So if the girls, something could go on now and your prep time's out the door. Yeah. So you just have to be flexible, very flexible. The 12th and 14th or just the 14th?
These teachers know better than anyone that for the girls, being at Esperanza isn't always plain sailing.
I think that it's so small that they can get frustrated with each other, you know, easily, because there's not as many people to go. You can't hide in another group, you know. You can't, you know, be ignored at all in the school.
And they're here 11 hours, and they're in each other's throat. You know, and it does happen. I mean, who wouldn't? But then they go home, they call each other.
Yeah.
You know, and the girls are so open here. I don't feel so good today because I'm PMSing and I'm just, you know, please, Ms. Boland, just get out of my face right now.
To be able to feel comfortable about some of the changes that they're going through. Yeah. I think that's what the school provides.
Okay.
As day turns to night, Esperanza's 11-hour schedule means more teaching, more learning, and supper are still to come.
EDC. Now that's the first scale. F, go.
We can be here for 40 years in this building, and I fully expect that it will be a sustained, productive school for 40 years and not always have me at the helm. Our promise to each girl is that we'll help them reach their potential. They know that we care about them dearly and they really want to be here. It just will continue to unfold.